And the news flow a bit thin today, and of course sends the JSE's news service not functioning, so that really constraining any company announcements and very little out there to drive the markets then.
Yes, we saw us coming off a very big day yesterday. We're seeing the S&P floating between positive and negative. We're probably seeing some profit taking this morning after we saw some stocks hitting some all-time highs. So very quiet. A lot of traders are probably going to leave early in terms of the long weekend, and some investors not really willing to take positions ahead of the long weekend.
Of course, as you said, lots of stocks going LDT yesterday, market coming off some profit taking. I mean, just talk to us a bit about the futures closeout, because at the beginning of yesterday, it didn't look like there was going to be that huge activity that we actually saw coming through. And I understand it was the second biggest futures closeout on record.
Yes, Stephen, 25 billion, very, very big number. We've seen an average equity traded volume of between 8 and 10 billion over the last week. So very, very big numbers, and one actually expected a bit of a push during the auction. The auction time between 12 and 20 to 2, but the market continued to drive higher yesterday. Very, very good performance, and really just coming off global positive sentiment. We've seen a lot of good results out. We're seeing unemployment numbers out of the States coming off, so really good manufacturing numbers, good positive confidence numbers, so really good numbers that have really been driving good investor sentiment yesterday.
Of course, we had the JSE here up 1% yesterday. The Dow only up 0.4%, but that's the 8th day in a row that the Dow has closed higher. JSE up 1%, and a number of shares touching new all-time highs. Standard Bank, Aspen, Naspers, MTN also up very strongly yesterday, up 4% at 124 Rand 50 yesterday.
Yes, Stephen, we saw Aspen going up off their news that they're going to their deal on the oncology side. Very excellent news for them. They really have been doing really good things on their side, and a really good stock. It's performed really well. We saw their previous results, excellent performance for them. We saw MTN, the results came out this week. Fair amount of fair results, and really within that sector, it's our favorite pick. We like the stock, and then looking at Naspers, Tencent came out with their results out yesterday, I think at about 2 o'clock. Really good numbers in terms of their earnings. Obviously a bit under pressure on the margin side, but that really feeding into Naspers and really giving cause for the run. And obviously just positive sentiment, just carrying the market higher there, Stephen.
Of course, we have seen banks clocking up nicely all week. I know the JP Morgan came out earlier this week saying it does like emerging market credit and banking stocks. That's obviously good for our shares. Standard Bank, though, yesterday at an all-time high. It's retraced slightly today, so it's come off a little bit. But if you look at the all-time high yesterday, it actually hasn't moved very much in the last 2 years, has it?
Yes, even today we've seen a lot of profit taking off yesterday's highs with uncertainty in the market as to where we're going. We like the bank sector. We think it's bottomed off. We're obviously seeing numbers coming out in terms of the impairments, but definitely our banks are more secure, and we're seeing the Fed coming out to say that they're going to be keeping rates flat for longer. In terms of rates, we're seeing a lot of foreign investments, and our foreigners like our local banks. So we're going to see the banks really perform well in the next 6 to 12 months.